like clock. I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Alright guys, over the past couple of hours I should say, there's been an image released by Ikimoto, the actual illustrator of the Boruto manga, and it basically looks like Boruto and Kawaki post time skip. This right here is insane. This is one of the first times that we do actually get to see original art from Boruto artists that actually does show us post time skip versions of Boruto and Kawaki. A couple of things that we do have to point out in regards to how they look and the differences between this version and of course what we did see in chapter 1, because that right there was one of the first times that we did actually get to see their designs from actual Boruto illustrators. The Boruto writers have already told us that there's going to be some change, so I personally believe that in the future this right here could possibly be what Kawaki actually looks like. And the main difference between Kawaki in this image and the Kawaki that we did see in chapter 1 is of course the hair. Kawaki having longer hair is interesting. I definitely do want to see exactly how this is probably going to look a lot more in regards to like when it's actually being animated or even in more panels in the Boruto manga. I think that it could possibly grow me, but as of right now I'm gonna say I prefer the Kawaki with the shorter hair. I think that the Kawaki with the shorter hair, it makes it look more of like a natural hairstyle. This just looks like a mullet. I'll rock with the mullet on Kawaki, but I definitely do gotta see how of course it looks in more frames. It could possibly grow on me. Boruto, however, I did hear some whispers about Boruto possibly having longer hair. In this image right here, Boruto still has a short hair. I would absolutely love Boruto having short hair, and I also heard some other whispers about it's possible that Boruto might even get a little bit shorter hair, similar to like how Naruto is as of right now. I prefer the current hair that Boruto has right here. I think that this design right here looks absolutely elite. Obviously, the biggest thing that we do have to point out about Boruto's design is, of course, not only the headband, but also the scar over his right eye. This right here has been speculated for a very long time. We don't know exactly how Boruto got that, but as I said a little bit earlier, the Boruto writers did actually say that the designs were going to be different. And this right here could have possibly been a change that the Boruto writers were actually going for, because we haven't necessarily seen Boruto actually get that scar as of yet. But it looks like this is still going to be here. Now, there's a couple of ways that Boruto could possibly get it. Obviously, Kawaki as of right now in the Boruto manga isn't necessarily on his best behavior, so of course Kawaki could easily give Boruto that scar, but also Code also could easily give Boruto that scar. Not only that, a bunch of the CGs that Code is actually creating, they also have the possibility of giving Boruto the scar. But the big part, as I said, is the fact that Boruto is actually still probably going to have the scar. Now, just because we see this image right here, I do have to point this out, this does not mean that this right here is going to be the confirmed designs of Boruto and Kawaki post time skip. I honestly feel like it's possible that they're just putting this out to actually see how the community reacts. I personally believe that if this right here is actually designed post time skip, I 1000% will not have a problem with it. I think that this right here was definitely going to be a decent change, and of course just the feeling of not necessarily having Kawaki look completely the same. If they do want to grow his hair or even cut his hair a little bit shorter, I think it's going to be fine, regardless of if I'm going to prefer the shorter hair or the longer hair. I know a lot of people had a problem with Naruto having shorter hair. I always thought it was very good. I always thought it was super clean, especially when Naruto has his headband on in Naruto the Last. I honestly believe that that right there is probably the best design that Naruto had. But the best thing that we can take away from these designs is that they are pluses. They actually look good. They're not necessarily drop the series worthy. Like, I remember I was contemplating when Gaara first came out with his brand new haircut. You guys know Gaara is one of my favorite characters in the whole entire series. Name my channel after Gaara. Like, once I seen Gaara with the perm and the slick back, I honestly felt that was my time. Not only that, there's also a possibility that Rock Lee might be bald. As long as he keeps his hair, as long as it looks like a wig, I'm straight with that. And of course, a bunch of other designs that Boruto has like famously messed up. These are good. These are actually good. A couple of things that I definitely do want to point out. This right here is not necessarily like an official thing. Specifically, I do want to read the actual tweet. Abdul Zoldyck actually tweeted this out. He basically said a special competition is being held in which users can submit their original ninja drawings. Selected drawings will be reworked by Ikimoto to look like an actual shinobi. The winner will receive an autographed colored version of the following illustration drawn by Ikimoto. So of course that right there confirms that it's drawn by Ikimoto, but also this right here is just promotion for a larger thing that Ikimoto is actually working on. So this is not official like time skip like promotion, even though I think they're definitely promoting the time skip by putting this picture right here. One of the things that I'm definitely excited for, and this is why I say it's not necessarily an actual promotion, I'm super excited for the actual promotions. Now, it's not necessarily confirmed that the time skip is going to be coming soon, but the temperature as of right now, it just feels like the time skip is coming soon. And we understand Boruto writers cannot fool me. We're familiar with their game at this particular point. We understand that they kind of tease the time skip a lot. A couple of years ago, we always say this, like 3 years ago, they basically said at the Jump Fest that the time skip is coming quote unquote soon. Again, years later, time skip is damn near nowhere in sight. I won't say that because it's possible, but it's still not confirmed. Not only that, as of right now, the current manga situation, it's shaping up to essentially feel like a time skip. Naruto's essentially sealed. Kawaki seems like he's going to be going rogue or something like that. A bunch of stuff is actually going down in time skip. Not only that, Momoshiki did actually give us a panel into the future where it does seem that Kawaki and Boruto are actually at odds, and that right there could definitely be the start of a time skip. But when I talk about the actual promotions, what I'm really excited for, I'm excited for the Boruto writers to actually start putting out trailers. I'm excited for the Boruto writers to actually start giving us the actual designs of characters, not only Boruto and Kawaki. Obviously, we did get a glimpse of that in this particular situation right here, but also Sarada, Mitsuki, even some of the villains like Cold and potential villains like Ada and Damon. How are they going to look post time skip? Is Damon going to grow anymore? How is Himawari going to look? And not only that, what is Sarada's eye dojutsu structure? Is she going to possibly unlock a Mangekyo Sharingan through the time skip? A bunch of things like that we could definitely look forward to, and I think this right here is just like the tip of the iceberg. And Boruto does this very well. Whenever we do start to have big transitions into brand new things, they have a decent amount of promotion. With this particular thing, something as big as a time skip, if we are going to be expecting something like that, I think there's going to be big emphasis on actually promoting it, a big emphasis on actually showing us, hey, we're transitioning into a new phase of the Boruto manga. I'm super excited for that. Now, when do I think the time skip is going to happen? I think a lot of people have essentially been asking this for years upon years now. As I said earlier, the manga as of right now, storyline, it's matching up very well for a potential time skip. Now, we do have to understand, Cold is actually, getting ready with his CGs, his claw grinds. I like to call them CGs, but essentially getting ready for a quote-unquote war. He did actually say that a war would be troublesome, mainly because Ada is actually in the Hidden Leaf Village and a bunch of stuff like that. So of course, it wouldn't be too much of a surprise if Code kind of does what the Akatsuki does and says, hey, we're not ready right now. In 3 years, we'll go after our targets. For the Akatsuki, it was Naruto, and for the Claw Grinds, it's going to be Boruto and the Hidden Leaf Village. So there could possibly be that parallel right there, but that actually does give them the opportunity to actually go straight into the time skip without actually having to flesh out the whole Code storyline. And not only that, I do definitely believe that they have to kind of give us a stable ending to the actual current times. And the stable ending doesn't necessarily have to be a very long thing. It could honestly be about 3 chapters. Have about 3 chapters of Kawaki and Boruto confronting each other about Naruto being sealed. Have about 3 chapters of, hey, Ada and Damon essentially basically laying out their future plans, and of course Kawaki laying out his future plans and what Kawaki's going to eventually do and what Boruto's going to eventually do. I definitely do have some theories about what they could possibly be doing through the time skip, and I honestly believe that this time skip itself could possibly have a bunch of content in it. Like I even talked about before, how it's possible that Sarada might even unlock her Mangekyo Sharingan through the time skip, and then we do actually get to see how she unlocked it in a flashback, similar to how we did actually get to see Sasuke fighting Kinshiki Otsutsuki in the flashback. A bunch of things like that can actually happen, but the big thing that we do have to take away from this right here is that we actually have an actual flat-out design from Ikimoto of Boruto and Kawaki post time skip. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. It's been your boy Bar B, and we out.
It's a knife.